making headlines. The President emphasizes the pivotal role of private partnerships in driving economic growth and resilience. The President announces the intention to introduce a $6.5 million loan facility, and the President meets with the President of Seychelles, Wavel Ramkalawan, in Antigua and Barbuda.
Welcome to the English News. I'm your host Malak Ahmad Fayaz. Now for the news in detail. President Dr. Mohammad Muizzu emphasizes the pivotal role of private partnerships in driving economic growth and resilience. President Dr. Muizzu made the remarks speaking at the high-level closing ceremony of the SIDS Global Business Network GBN Forum 2024 held on the sidelines of the 4th International Conference on Small Island Developing States held in Antigua and Barbuda. Addressing leaders and stakeholders, President Dr. Muizzu underscored the significance of fostering collaboration between governments and the private sector to tackle pressing issues and achieve sustainable development goals. President Muizzu stressed that in SIDS, where resources and market opportunities are often scarce, the private sector assumes heightened importance in spearheading innovation, empowering communities, and navigating market dynamics. Noting that private sector is the most important role to play in any economy, President stated that from innovation to technology, from community empowerment to market trends, private sector contribution is paramount. Recognizing the unique challenges faced by SIDS, President Muizzu called upon governments to create an enabling environment for private enterprise, which includes measures to facilitate ease of doing business, provide capacity building support, and open avenues for financing. The President highlighted the importance of facilitating cross-border trade, safeguarding intellectual property rights, and streamlining regulations to attract investment and foster entrepreneurship. Moreover, President Muizzu emphasized the need to prioritize inclusivity and empowerment of local communities, acknowledging local enterprises as vital components of small societies. By promoting inclusivity, the President envisioned enhancing connectivity between businesses and governments, leveraging their collective strengths to address common challenges such as infrastructure development and disaster risk reduction. Furthermore, President advocated for the establishment of platforms to facilitate partnership building and knowledge sharing between the public and private sectors. Such initiatives are crucial for addressing urgent issues like climate change, economic vulnerability, and limited access to affordable financing, which pose significant hurdles for SIDS.
I therefore call upon the banks, multilateral institutions, and other financial entities to open their doors with responsibility and with foresight. Prioritize actions that make finance more accessible, affordable, and tailored to the needs of the private sector. We must do more to ensure partnerships are created with the private sector and the civil society.
In conclusion, President Dr. Muizzu reaffirmed his commitment to advancing private sector partnerships as integral components of SIDS development strategies. By placing the private sector at the forefront of development efforts, President Muizzu expressed confidence in overcoming challenges and achieving sustainable growth for all SIDS nations. President Dr. Mohammad Muizzu announces the intention to introduce a $6.5 million loan facility. He made the announcement at the closing ceremony of the SIDS Global Business Network GBN Forum 2024. During the speech, President Dr. Muizzu underscored 3 pivotal points. As such, he emphasized the need to promote the micro, small, and medium enterprises along with young entrepreneurs, advocating for facilitated investments to support their growth. Addressing the global audience, the President highlighted the rapidly changing environmental conditions impacting small island developing countries. He called for heightened support and cooperation to help these private enterprises navigate the unpredictable challenges they face. A key highlight of the President's address was the priority placed on inclusion and empowerment. He stressed that achieving development goals requires collaboration, especially in geographically remote areas like small island developing states. From infrastructure development to disaster risk reduction, unified efforts are crucial. The $6.5 million loan facilities aim to empower women entrepreneurs with a noteworthy provision that 25% of funds will be reserved for women with disabilities. The President also emphasized the importance of fostering relationships and facilitating experience sharing. He urged banks, international agencies, and other financial institutions to ensure that lack of access to financial assistance does not hinder the promising future of any individual or business. He further called for a strategic, responsible, and forward-thinking approach to financial assistance tailored to the needs of private enterprises and small businesses in small island developing countries. In conclusion, the President stated that the collective efforts of the governments of SIDS countries and the private sector are vital to achieving a brighter future. He called for the private sector to be the forefront of these efforts, driving sustainable development and prosperity for all.
By prioritizing inclusivity and empowering our local communities, we boost connectivity between businesses and governments. This connection can leverage the strengths of both sectors to achieve common goals, from infrastructure development to disaster risk reduction.
The SIDS GBN Forum 2024 was organized by the Office of the High Representative for the Least Developed Countries, Landlocked Developing Countries, and Small Island Developing States, OHR-LLS. President Dr. Mohammad Muizzu meets with President of Seychelles, Waywell Ramkalawan, in Antigua and Barbuda. The meeting took place on the sidelines of the 4th International Conference on Small Island Developing States (SIDS), underscoring the shared commitment of both leaders to address the unique challenges faced by their nations. During the discussions, President Muizzu and Ramkalawan emphasized the critical importance of the SIDS conference in providing a platform for small island developing states to voice their concerns and collaborate on sustainable development strategies. Both leaders expressed a strong eagerness to work together to find innovative solutions to the pressing issues affecting their countries. The two presidents also explored a range of topics, including expanding the bilateral relationship in the field of tourism and health, and agreed to expand cooperation in the multilateral arena. The meeting highlighted the shared challenges of climate change, economic vulnerabilities, and the need for increased international support for small island developing states. Both leaders reaffirmed their commitment to advocating for greater global attention and resources to support sustainable development in their regions. Minister of Education Dr. Ismail Shafiu reveals plans to introduce modifications to the education system aiming to increase the number of local teachers entering the profession. Speaking at a program aired on PSMNEWS, Minister Dr. Shafiu stressed the lack of respect towards teachers in the current education system. As such, the minister observed that actions were taken against for policy for approximately 300 teachers. Such issues have in turn created a cautious atmosphere for teachers while negatively impacting the reputation of the sector. Hence, he underscored the crucial importance of creating a better and respectful environment for teachers. Highlighting that only 41 teachers joined the teaching field with the new academic year, Minister Shafiu expressed his concerns, stating that this is a very insignificant number. Moreover, the minister disclosed that the prolonged duration of time teachers are required to spend in school has resulted in a decrease in teachers' enthusiasm for pursuing careers in the field. Furthermore, Minister Dr. Shafiu affirmed to reduce the workload of teachers and to change the co-curricular activities such that it does not affect the health and well-being of students. Additionally, the minister revealed the commitment of the government to address the concerns, recognizing the issues and grievances expressed by teachers on social media platforms. Minister of Health Dr. Abdullah Khalil underscores the paramount importance of digital health for small island nations like the Maldives during one of the forums at the 36th Commonwealth Health Ministers Meeting 36 CHMM. The Commonwealth and International Association of 56 member states promotes cooperation and supports economic, social, and human rights development within member states. The 36 CHMM is convened under the theme Actionable Solutions to Building Resilience in Healthcare Systems within the Commonwealth, with an emphasis on small and vulnerable states. This theme further aims to address the healthcare challenges faced by vulnerable countries. Representing the Maldives, Minister Khalil emphasized the necessity of easy access to healthcare facilities in island countries and the efficient use of digital health systems, highlighting how the rapid transfer of patient information between health centers can expedite healthcare services. Moreover, Minister Khalil also detailed the Maldives' ongoing efforts to achieve a comprehensive digital health system, aiming to enhance ease and convenience in the healthcare sector. The Maldives has submitted 6 proposals at the 36th CHMM, focusing on policies that promote general health and ongoing initiatives to facilitate these goals. The minister noted that increase in early health screenings and the provision of health information could significantly reduce state expenditures on disease prevention. Minister of Education Dr. Ismail Shafiu criticizes the previous government's decision to begin the academic year mid-year, citing significant financial losses for the state. He revealed that the decision made against the wishes of 70% of respondents has strained the state budget. Speaking to PSMNEWS, Minister Shafiu explained that the government has allocated approximately $195 million for the academic year. He, however, said that by starting the school year 6 months later, the budget incurs a loss of $97 million. He emphasized that the delay not only harms the state finances but also deprives children of 6 months of education. Additionally, Minister Shafiu discussed plans to shift the start of the academic year to January by 2026. He also said that the transition will occur over 5 terms in consultation with relevant authorities. The current academic year begins on March 26th and ends on March 6th, with the 2025 academic year starting on April 6th. The previous government changed the school start year date to 2021 after a 6-year hiatus in student attendance due to the COVID-19 pandemic, initiating the academic year on August 10th. The change has continued annually in August since then. In response to the public dissatisfaction with the mid-year start, President Dr. Mohammed Muizzu has committed to reverting the academic year start to January, aligning with the Education Ministry's plans to implement this change by 2026. Minister of Fisheries and Ocean Resources Ahmad Shyam reveals that the government initiative to establish new ice plants will boost ice production capacity to 1,880 tons. He made the statement while briefing a press conference on the work of the Fisheries Ministry. Speaking at the press conference, Minister Shyam revealed that the Maldives Industrial Fisheries Company Limited, MIFCO, has been tasked with constructing 11 new ice plants. He also said that the expansion will increase the production by an additional 330 tons, bringing the total capacity to 1,180 tons from the current 1,150 tons. Additionally, Minister Shyam said that several ice plants are slated to open on Fisherman's Day as part of the project, which includes installations on 10 islands. He also said that 5 of these plants are funded by the Saudi Fund for Development (SFD), with the remainder being financed by the government. Minister of Agriculture and Animal Welfare Dr. Aishat Ramila announces plans to establish egg poultry farms in the designated economic zone for agricultural activities in northern Tilafaro. An agreement facilitating this initiative was signed between the Maldives Industrial Development Free Zone Company and China's Harbour Engineering Company Limited on March 28, aiming to ensure food safety and security. Speaking at a press conference, Minister Ramila emphasized that a 200-hectare area will be allocated for the agricultural economic zone, which will be developed in 2 phases. The first phase will see 100 hectares designated for agricultural activities. The minister also highlighted ongoing efforts to train personnel at the zone, ensuring that the equipment being used is thoroughly tested. Additionally, sand studies will be conducted to explore and expand the variety of food produced. Moreover, Minister Ramila confirmed with the establishment of egg poultry farms, chicken feed and a poultry health sector, will be developed to provide efficient healthcare and management. Ensuring sustainable food security is one of the centric priorities of the current administration. A reintegration ward is inaugurated at the Home for People with Special Needs HPSN in Guradu, Kafatol. The ward was developed with the assistance of Bank of Maldives BML. The Ministry of Social and Family Development disclosed that the establishment of the ward aims to teach people about household life before reuniting with their respective families, following the completion of their health and mental treatment and the social skills programs. The newly opened ward is designated for women who are receiving treatment for mental health issues and are ready to reintegrate into society. The primary objective of establishing the ward is to teach general societal skills and household skills. The ward is designed as a house with a kitchen and can accommodate 10 people. Additionally, the ministry revealed that preparations are underway to develop another similar ward, specialized to accommodate 14 men by next month. Furthermore, the ministry reiterated its overarching goal of enhancing the quality of services provided to those in need. The Maldives Meteorological Service Met Office announces adverse and rainy weather conditions for today, particularly in the northern and central regions of the nation. Heavy rainfall is expected in some islands as well. A white alert has been issued by the Met Office from Halif Atoll to Wawa Atoll until 1800 hours due to heavy rainfalls accompanied by lightning in these areas. Moreover, seas are forecasted to be moderately rough with wind speeds ranging from 10 meters per hour to 20 meters per hour in the central and northern regions. Meanwhile, gusts of wind ranging from 7 meters per hour to 17 meters per hour are expected in the southern atolls, along with strong winds and heavy rainfalls. Sea levels are also anticipated to range between 3 feet to 9 feet. Bank of Maldives BML reveals that last year saw the highest number of loans issued to small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs, over the last 5 consecutive years. Despite the global economic downturn characterized by increased inflation, high interest rates, and geopolitical instability, the Maldives experienced a 6.5% economic improvement. Moreover, BML reported positive impacts on its business with the improved economic conditions. The bank's balance sheet saw an increase of over $246 million, with total assets exceeding $2.91 billion. Operational profits surged by 7% to $174.6 million, and the net income was $133.9 million. Providing insight into BML's performance last year, Director of Retail Business and SME Banking, Musa Nimal, confirmed that the bank disbursed $323.4 million in loans. State Trading Organization STO reduces the oil prices. This change was a response to the prevailing global market trends, which have witnessed a decline in oil prices. Consequently, Fuel Supply Maldives Private Limited, FSM, has adjusted the prices of petrol and diesel at their stations, now offering 1 liter for $0.9. The changes brought by STO include the reduction of price of petrol by $0.045, while the price of diesel reduced by $0.022. Previously, 1 liter of petrol was priced at $0.93, while diesel cost $0.95 per liter. STO has reaffirmed its commitment to delivering sustainable services to residents by assuring customers of reduced oil prices in tandem with global market shifts. The Board of Directors of the Maldives Transport and Contracting Company MTCC approves a dividend of $0.23 per share. MTCC stated that the proposal will be presented at the 2024 Annual General Meeting AGM, with a total approved dividend amounting to $2.1 million. For the 2022 dividend, shareholders recorded on the company's register by May 23rd will be eligible for the payout. MTCC reported a revenue of $43 million in the first quarter of this year. China's Premier Li Qiang says his country will always be open to foreign companies and promised steps to boost their confidence in the world's second-largest economy. Li Qiang made the comments during his meeting with the chairman of South Korean tech titan Samsung in Seoul on Sunday, the eve of a trilateral summit between South Korea, China, and Japan. A world leader in chips and smartphones, Samsung is one of the most prominent foreign companies in China, investing billions of dollars over the years into facilities that produce semiconductors and other electronics. Foreign-funded enterprises are an indispensable force for China's development, and China's mega market will always be open to foreign-funded companies, Li said during the meeting with Samsung boss Lee Jae-yong, according to the Xinhua news agency. He added that China will take steps including expanding market access to improve the business environment so that foreign companies can rest assured in their investment and development in China. The European Union Chamber of Commerce in China said this month that its member firms were suffering because of issues such as market access and regulatory barriers. During his meeting with Samsung's chairman, Premier Li also called on enterprises of China and South Korea to tap deeper into the cooperation potential in new areas such as artificial intelligence. Samsung is among a handful of companies that can produce the most cutting-edge semiconductors, whose uses include the development of advanced AI. These chips are also the center of the ongoing tech tussle between the United States, US, and China. Washington has taken a series of steps to block China's access to advanced semiconductor technology, including incentives worth billions to firms such as Samsung to move production to US soil. Hamas and the Palestinian Authority says Israeli strikes on a center for displaced people killed dozens near southern city of Rafah, while the Israeli army said it had targeted Hamas militants. The health ministry in the Hamas-run territory said in a statement that the strikes claimed the lives of 35 martyrs and left dozens injured, most of them children and women. The Hamas-run government media office in Gaza earlier said the attack hit a center run by the UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees near Rafah, branding it a horrific massacre. Israel's army said its aircraft struck a Hamas compound in Rafah, killing Yassin Rabia and Khalid Nagar, both senior officials for the Palestinian militant group in the occupied West Bank. It added that it was aware of reports indicating that as a result of the strike and fire that was ignited, several civilians in the area were harmed and the incident is under review. Israel's army said at least 8 rockets were fired towards central areas of the country from Rafah, with strikes targeting the commercial hub of Tel Aviv for the first time in months. Fighting has recently centered on Rafah, where Israel's military launched a ground operation in early May despite widespread opposition over concerns for civilians sheltering there. The Palestinian Red Crescent said its ambulance crews transported a large number of people killed and injured in the strikes. The Palestinian Authority presidency in the West Bank called it a heinous massacre, accusing Israeli forces of deliberately targeting the tens of displaced people. Gaza's civil defense agency said Israeli strikes killed and wounded at least 50 people in the area, where it said 100,000 displaced people live. Hamas said Palestinians must rise up and march against the attack. Rafael Nadal admits he will be facing one of the toughest opponents possible when he plays with Alexander Zverev in the French Open first round. This year's event was expected to be the 14-time champion's farewell to Roland Garros, but he has since insisted he could not confirm 100% it could be his last appearance. Nadal has only played 4 tournaments since January 2023 after suffering a hip injury and then a muscle tear. That left him unseeded for the draw and vulnerable to a difficult opening round at a tournament where he has only lost 3 of his 115 matches. World number 4 Zverev arrives in Paris as one of the favorites for the title after winning the Rome Open earlier this month. Of course, on paper it is not the best draw, Nadal said ahead of the match on court Philippe Chatrier. Nadal, who turns 38 in a week's time, has shown flashes of his best form in the clay court swing, but was thrashed 6-1, 6-3 by Poland's Hubert in the second round of his last outing in Rome. He boasts a 7-3 winning record over Zverev, ahead of their first meeting since the 2022 French Open semi-finals, when the German left the court in a wheelchair near the end of the second set after injuring his ankle. Zverev did not play again in 2022 after the ankle injury, but has climbed the rankings again in recent months. The 27-year-old has long been touted as a future Grand Slam champion, but remains without one of tennis's 4 big titles. Clay is his strongest surface, though he has reached the semi-finals in each of the last 3 years at Roland Garros. The men's draw looks far more open than usual, with doubts surrounding Nadal's fitness and Novak Djokovic having endured a turbulent start to the year. French Open organizers were prepared to stage a tribute ceremony to Nadal to honor his career, but the Spaniard was reluctant to endorse such a celebration. That's all the news we have for today. Thank you all for watching.
මියදෆහු අවුන්ෙන් එම්මෙන් ගපුල් කරම්වි මී වර බොඩු ගවමෙක්කම මී බොඩු ගව